Yo, what is up guys, this is Tyrannic Swine here and welcome to another impressions video. Now instead of a trailer, this time it's going to be a beta, and it is the beta of Overwatch, a game that is being developed by Blizzard Entertainment, who are you've probably known for who've made World of Warcraft and StarCraft. And this is pretty much probably the first-person shooter multiplayer type game that they have done. And I will say, after playing the few matches in the beta of it, I was actually pretty impressed by it because it is actually a very fun game to play. Now, it is a squad-based combat game with 2 opposing teams of 6 players, and you have to choose one of several hero characters, each with their own unique abilities and role classes. There are 4 character roles, which include offense characters, which have high speed and attack. High speed, and high attack, but have low defense, meaning they will not last very long. There is defense characters, which are pretty much designed to take on a lot of enemies. They are pretty much the ones that'll take brunt of the action. There is support characters that will provide buffs and debuffs for your allies and enemies, and which are mainly used as a healing, mainly for your teammates. And then there is the tank characters that are used that have a lot of health and armor, and can really pretty much withstand a lot of enemy fire and everything, but their attacks can be pretty weak sometimes. Now, when you play this game, you can actually change between characters after you die, so if you think you don't like one character and you're not doing well with it, you can change to another one at some point during the match, and I keep thinking that was a pretty cool idea. Now, each of these characters have their own specific abilities. Just because the classes that they're in doesn't mean they'll all have the same abilities in that class. Each and every single character has their own abilities for that specific class, and I really liked the variation of them. The powers all really felt really cool in a way. They felt, they seemed like stuff I've seen from other games, but they felt different in a way. I felt like this game was pretty innovative with its character design and powers. Now, you usually have about 2 normal powers, which will regen very quickly over time. You have like your main primary weapon, which is either a projectile weapon or it's a melee weapon. And then there is a special ability that you have, which recharges over 15 seconds, I believe, probably longer, which is your main ability that will do either devastating damage. Well, that's practically what it does. It does a lot of damage, just a special ability, and they are pretty damn fun to use, especially when you successfully use it properly. So, you can't run in the game, but because of some powers that some characters have, it's not necessary, but it would be nice to sprint, but luckily you can get back into the action straight away, because the spawns they're not that far, they are pretty far away, but not too far away from the action, so luckily they got the spawning system right. Now, the game modes, from what we saw in the beta, there was 4 main game modes, which were Assault, Escort, Assault/Escort, which is combining those 2, and Control. Now, Assault is basically the attacking team is tasked with capturing 2 target points on the map while the defending team must stop them. This was a pretty fun game mode, and it's a much more difficult job being the defenders, because really you have to put up with the amount of firepower and damage that the enemy has. But it can be fun being on both sides, and I played this game mode twice, I believe, and it was pretty fun, especially when things get really hectic. It's very easy to kill people in this game, but really, it's a fast-paced game, which is a pretty good thing, I would say, and you can easily survive for a very long time, but you're bound to die at some point. But nevertheless, it is very fun when you just kill a bunch of people with no effort required. There is Escort. Escort is, well, that's the entire point. You have to get to an objective, and then you have to get that objective to a certain delivery point before time runs out, or the defending team must stop the attackers. Attack slash escort is pretty much the attacking team has to capture the payload and escort it to its destination while the defending team tries to hold them back. It's kind of like, yeah, it pretty much combines escort and assault. And then there's control, which is each team tries to capture and maintain a common control point until their capture percentage reaches 100%. So yeah, there's 4 game modes. That's a pretty good amount for a beta like this game. Hopefully there'll be a lot more in the future, which will be a lot better, because if this game's gonna if this is gonna be a long-lasting game, hopefully when this game comes out fully in a couple of weeks, hopefully there'll be more game modes, which will keep everyone playing the game. Because if a game like this, which only is going to rely on multiplayer, it's going to need to have a lot of game modes, especially for me, to keep me interested. But from what I saw in the beta, it's a pretty fun game that'll last me probably about a month or so, probably, most likely. Hey, it might keep me around for a little bit longer, because it actually seemed pretty fun, was the beta. So yeah, so the game modes, they were pretty fun. They were really fun to play. I really liked the game modes in the beta. So, not only do the characters have their own specific abilities for their classes, they are also customizable. And there is over 20 characters in the game, which is a very good high number for this, and hopefully there'll be more, as there could be DLC in the future, which will hopefully be free. Each of these characters can be customizable, and there is a lot of customizable options. You can change the color of your character, well, or camo. There's sprays like you see in Gmod. There is emotes, which is a different stance for your character. There's a victory stance as well, like at the end of a match where you see all your characters all the players lined up as a team at the end of a match. There is quotes, which your character will say something different in a match, which is pretty cool. And there is a highlight intro, which is like when you encounter a boss in Borderlands, like a major boss, and it has like that intro thing. That's pretty damn cool. I like that they put that in. So, and if putting all of these customizable options together, it equals 54, and that is 54 customizable options for each of these characters, and that is a lot. So luckily there's a good variation of customization and characters in a game like this, which is what this game needs to rely on to keep people interested. And the way to unlock these items is by ranking up, basically. The more you rank up, the more you get loot boxes, which give you 4 random objects in them. That are random, and luckily, from what I've seen, there is no microtransactions for them, so that is a plus there, which is a very good thing. And luckily, each of these characters have a very cool, specific design. In some ways, they kind of look a little bit cliche, but this game isn't supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be a game where you can just have fun. But I really do like the style of each of the characters. They all look really cool. And I really do like that there's a lot of artistic style to them. So overall, from what I've seen in the beta, this game does have a lot of potential. And since 2K Games brought out Battleborn earlier, which is kind of like the same, which kind of feels like the rival to this game, especially since Battleborn has a campaign, this game doesn't, but will Overwatch be better without it? I mean, I would love to see a campaign in this game, but maybe it doesn't need it. We'll just have to wait and find out when my review for this game comes out later on in the year. So, yes, this game has potential, especially when it's a first-person multiplayer only game. But if I was to give a ranking to this beta, I was to give a score for this beta, or a prediction score for this game when it comes out, I would probably give it either a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. It was pretty damn fun. Maybe it'll increase when it fully comes out. Maybe the score will get higher. Hopefully it does, because this game does feel like it could be a lot of fun. So, that is my beta impressions of Overwatch. A game that does look like it has potential, and hopefully over time it will keep up that that fun to the game that it has. So yeah, so that is my video. That is my impressions of Overwatch Beta, and sooner or later, at some point over the course of this week, I will do a impression video on the Battlefield 1 trailer, which I should hopefully be doing it tomorrow, and then I'll be doing a new video entirely. I'll keep this new video a secret, and hopefully I will get back to what I was doing before, which was reviews videos. I'll hopefully try and get on with that. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, leave a like if you want to, if you've enjoyed the video, and I shall see you guys in the next random video.